do this so we can go to bed at a decent hour?
Yeah, we could probably make this a shorter episode.
Okay.
If we want.
All right. Well, I'm ready to do it if you are.
I'm already recording.
All right. Cool. All right. Well, we're rolling this right now. Get ready. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Boss Rush After Dark, the alternative podcast show for the Boss Rush Network. I am LeRon Dawkins, your host, and back with me tonight is, as always, Stephanie Kleinmaw.
Good evening, friends.
And Corey Deering.
Welcome to my humble abode. Look at this mood lighting we have back here. You know what that's called? It's called light on wood. And it makes the whole room look red.
Alright.
Because this house was built in the 70s and all the carpet here is also like a nasty orangish brown color.
Oh gosh.
You can't tell on the video that we're recording, but since I'm using a different camera for the Skype call, it looks worse, like way worse. And so, yeah. Hi.
How's it going, y'all? Like, happy Wednesday, or maybe not so happy Wednesday?
Who's happy, LeRon? You tell me.
I'm faking it right now.
Fake it till you make it.
I am faking it. Like, this week has been like a drain on my resources.
Let me ask you, LeRon, have you ever faked it?
You mean in bed?
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Yes.
Is that going to be our topic tonight?
Thank you.
How is that possible for men? Isn't there like a very...
Nope, it's totally possible.
It's possible. It's possible. You know what? We are making that a topic, so let's just hold that.
My face. Hold that right there. Keep going. Oh my god, I can't process this.
Oh boy. All right. Well,
that's the title of the episode, by the way. Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you.
Yeah.
Hey, we're talking about making babies. That's what we're talking about.
So, little inside baseball to this show. Like, when I go to title the episodes, I try to, like, I'm trying to make the title, like, a PG version or, like, a PG-13 version of the topic that we're about to talk about. Like, one of the episodes recently was called something tight and white, but I don't remember what we were talking about. And, I think making fun titles for this show it's the best part. So, yeah.
Now I gotta go back to the archive episodes.
Also, the episode that we talked about, would we prefer a male or female doctor? I literally just said, call the doctor, and the thumbnail is just some sexy anime doctor chick that I found on Google.
Hold on, I'm going to bossrushnet.net right now.
Oh man.
By the way, digging the new banner for the website. Digging it.
Thanks. Don't worry, there's a lot of new logos for Boss Rush floating around. Except for After Dark. After Dark's the only one that I don't have done. So like it's a Wednesday, but like I said, I'm not sure what the hell's wrong with me. Like it's jet lag from the weekend, it's jet lag from the beginning of the week, it's jet lag from the holiday. You know, like it's really strange right now what's going on with me, and I fear that it will not get better until I'm like elbow deep into Saturday this week. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I know, like we are always like cheerful and happy because it's Wednesday nights, favorite night of the week, because it's the favorite podcast of the week and all that stuff. But I'm just,
yeah, no,
I just want to get in bed and cuddle with my boyfriend, and he just texted me and said he's going to bed. So I was like, Yeah.
At least you have someone to cuddle with.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I bought a stuffed animal. It's fine.
To be fair,
I bet your son gives you the best cuddles though.
He's only willing to let me cuddle him if he's actually asleep and not aware. But
he's outgrown that.
But it's okay because I'll just wrap my arms around him and squeeze, and he'll kind of put up with it for a minute. Like my cat.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, my son refuses to like
sleep, so my wife is always holding him, so I don't get cuddles either.
Oh no. That will end someday.
You know what I cuddle with? Sometimes the couch, because it's quieter.
Oh no.
Oh god, this thumbnail for Call the Doctor.
I told you. It's a good one.
Oh man, what else we got? Let's see. Okay, so for all you people who've been listening to us for a while now, let's see. Let's talk about some of our titles here. Let's see. Let's see. Dealing with the pan. Nope. Okay, bad dates and discussions about nerds gone rogue. That was episode 5. Why COVID? Why? Episode 6. Stephanie, our episode where we were the dynamic duo is called Just the Two of Us, episode 7.
I like it.
There's one of the episodes is called The Dollar Amount.
Yeah, that's episode 8.
Yeah.
That's where we discussed the dollar amounts of certain activities and the realization certain activities that we would partake in. What else we got?
The zip code rule.
The zip code rule. Which one was that one? That was episode 19. Oh, who's checking who out at the gym? That was episode 11.
Yeah.
If this doesn't entice you to listen to After Dark on a regular basis and maybe get it early on Patreon, I don't know what will.
Yeah. You know.
By the way, there's an episode 15 is called Open to It and Introducing a Third Party. Like we'll let you figure it out.
Yeah. It was a fun episode.
Good job to you, Corey, for coming up with these titles.
Yeah, so
I was gonna say the production team, but I read, like people need to know, like we take care of all this stuff.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, I've started to move away from like the traditional like YouTube clickbaity titles. Like I'm trying to come up with more. I want to come up with more interesting and funny titles because. Yeah, I think it's fun.
I feel like those are the worst. The ones that's like where you have like this outrageous thumbnails, like he did what?
Yeah.
I'm like, no. Like
somebody told me the other day that we all need to take like multiple pictures of like surprised face or like concerned face. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. That's
what?
Look,
What is that?
It's like a traditional YouTube thumbnail, and I'm like, I'm not making traditional YouTube thumbnails. Mine are clean and fresh and delightful to look at, and didn't look like somebody made it in Microsoft Paint in 10 minutes.
Oh, by the way, like, because I'm still looking at the After Darks that we have published so far on the website, and the most recent one is episode 22. It talked about Leah Thomas in the fight with trans athletes. Did you hear how that went down?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good timing for that episode to go out, I guess.
Yeah,
or bad timing, I guess, considering. That whole thing. That's that topic, man. That's gonna be, it doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter which side you fall on, but I mean, I think.
Oh, and the crazy part is it happened during Pride Month. Like they couldn't have waited.
Yeah. I think that sports is the one area that question is gonna linger on.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah, definitely.
Because. Just listen to that episode. We already had a decent.
Yeah. Let's not beat the dead horse on that one.
Yeah, sports is just an interesting topic for this because, it's, I guess, for scientific reasons. I don't want to be disrespectful to any of our trans listeners. I think that sports is the one place where that question is going to linger for a while.
Yeah, I agree.
I
agree, and I'm part of the community.
Yeah. So, anyways, Stephanie, did you ever fake it?
I have.
Going around.
I have. I'm not proud of it. I'm really not, but I think.
Wait, are you not proud of it? Or when you say you're not proud of it, are you not proud of it and then like it's just ultimately deceptive, or is it something a little bit deeper than that?
No, yeah, I'm not proud of it because
obviously it wasn't deep enough.
It just feels deceptive, but at the same time, I'm also extremely proud of my performance.
Oh, damn.
She's a good actress.
I
Honestly,
can put on a good show.
here's you know what? Here's the thing about it. If you know your body well enough, like you can definitely fake it really well. You can definitely fake it really well. Like I feel like guys have a well. Corey has kind of like a handicap because like you have a latex. You have a latex allergy. Am I right? And I was about to say it's easier for guys to
Not
fake
really
it.
a handicap.
Thumbnail
It's more
that
of
face.
a.
Can we thumbnail that face? Corey has a handicap. When talking about sex.
He has a latex intolerance. So yeah, like it's a lot easier for guys to fake it when we're wearing condoms. It is. That's how I faked it.
All right, you know what? I'm just going to cut straight to the chase. You're more than welcome to ask me questions, but I just feel like women faking it is more well known, at least in my world, than men. Is from what I know,
because there's no tangible evidence that okay.
Wait, but if you fake it and you have a condom, but then you take off the condom, and well, I mean, maybe the woman isn't paying attention, but I'm like, why is there nothing?
That's how we get away with it. Like it depends on how closely our partner's paying attention to it. That's how we get away with it mostly. Now, I've also mastered Kegel exercises. Everybody
likes a good Kegel.
If you do Kegels right, it makes your dick throb if you do it right. So yeah, like you.
Oh, wow.
See, Corey's not doing Kegels. He would know about this.
Every man should do Kegels.
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah, he's doing them now.
Well, I will say this. I mean, because that's the way that I could tell, other than the actual physical evidence afterwards, is the muscle contraction.
I'm good. I'm good. Like it's not as easy to fool. It's not as easy to fool men because.
Also, if you're pulling out, it's a lot easier to fake than if you just like leave it in.
Yeah.
So.
Well, but if you pull out, but then nothing comes out, because like the woman.
Are you paying attention at that?
Yes, actually, because I'm like, where's this guy gonna come? On my ass, on my tits, on my face, my stomach, my back.
There you go.
Because that's like, I don't know. I just feel like
I'm more civilized
for
and put a towel down.
For a heterosexual relationship, I don't know how it is with same sex, but like guys love to come on things, in things, on things, everywhere.
Yeah, that's because.
Pew, pew.
That's because of porn, and that's also because like I feel like men are our most intimate sexual partners. Like us ourselves are our most intimate sexual partners. So like yeah, like we do our thing. Like there's stuff everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Well, it's now that we're getting into this, it made me think that my last relationship I had, he must never have done a Kegel in his life because I could never feel it. So whenever he says he came,
yeah.
Well, no, I felt
you knew it was there.
But I knew it was there. It felt amazing. But when he came, like I didn't have that feeling that I felt before.
Yeah. You know,
and I had to ask him, like, were you faking it? He's going, no.
Actually, you have a point there because like some people don't have that reflex action, in the groin area when they do come, So it's one of those things. It's like like wow, like I didn't know you'd gone,
And you know what? I don't know. I really haven't surveyed my fellow females, but I actually kind of get. I don't know if upset's the right word because I don't ruin the mood, but in my session, if the guy or the girl, but like I'm speaking guys right now, do not come, I consider it a failure. I don't know why. It's just a mental thing.
Men consider it a failure if we don't come. It's and it's funny because like here's the thing, and I'm putting some information about myself out there. It actually takes me a while to come. It does. So what happens is I get into a headspace, and honestly, this is what's led to me faking it. I faked it like I think I faked it like a total of 3 times. Like
Like I don't fake it all the time, but it's one of those situations where it's like I get in my own headspace. I'm like, what is taking me so long to come and stuff like that, And because I literally had a partner say, "Okay, you need to get up off me." I've had that, and that's what actually led to me deciding, you know what? If in my head, if I happen to take a glance at the clock and I'm like, oh shit, it's been a half hour.
Wow, nice.
It's time to wrap. It's time to wrap this up, and I'll just figure it out in the shower. Yeah, no, legit. I had a woman say, like, she was like, this is great and everything, but I can't take it anymore. Get up.
I can't take it anymore.
Yeah. So I faked it, and it's more, and it's not so much to deceive them as much as like I'm getting past the point where it's comfortable, and I'm pretty sure they're uncomfortable at this point. So like I just need to like wrap it up. So like I've also gotten to this point now where it's like I need to make sure that my partner has like been satisfied, and then I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it on my own. After that.
Corey, have you ever faked it?
Yes.
He was so fast. Yes.
You need to explain how.
I don't think
Corey's
I want
stories
to.
are great.
No. So, I mean, man, this is gonna sound really terrible. Okay, so before we had kids, like I was scared to death of having kids, and so for like until I was like.
That is bad. I already know where you're going.
Yeah, so I did a couple times because I just didn't. I was like trying to put it off, and then now, like obviously, whatever.
Now your pullout game is so weak.
Yeah, but also like, I mean, even I failed twice. But I mean, like even before that, like I was so like. Scared to get someone pregnant, and I just
I was the same way. I was scared of getting somebody pregnant. I'm not sure if it was because like the time that I grew up in, because I grew up in that whole like teenage pregnancy, when teenage pregnancy was a thing in the news. Like I grew up in that phase. And so I was always afraid to get somebody pregnant. So it was one of those situations where it was like, like boys watch enough porn and they realize, hey, like there's a way to finish without like actually like not worrying about getting somebody pregnant. And, so yeah, that's the way that went.
And to be fair, it wasn't like I faked it for like years, right? It was like a month until I came to terms with like, okay, well, I guess this is going to happen now. So.
Were you ever like kind of
you weren't faking it during the time when you're like it's time we want to have a child, or you were faking it before that, right?
No.
Oh shit.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh shit. It was like it's like baby, it's time to have a baby.
Yeah.
And he's like okay, sure.
I mean the thought of kids scared the crap out of me. I don't know. I'd never like after a certain point, I just kind of thought that like I wouldn't have them, and then at one point I was like, well, I thought it was too selfish to have kids, and like I wanted to do things, and and then
you're not alone.
I
know what you mean. I know what you mean, dude.
Yeah, and then I got over that fear and just kind of, came to terms with it, and I know this all sounds bad and whatever. I don't care if it sounds bad, but like I came to terms with it, and then like I know we just did, and I was like, okay, great. It was, but yeah, but shit. I mean before that, like I was faking it a lot because I just didn't want to.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm afraid of having a house pet because that's another mouth to feed and take care of. So I completely get the whole thing about having kids.
Yeah, and I never wanted to have kids. I mean, I made it very clear that mine was a bit of a mishap, but that doesn't change the fact that I don't regret having my kid now. Mm-hmm. It doesn't change that.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
But anyway, back to fake orgasms. Interesting.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah, and I also know for sure like some partners have faked with me. I know for sure because like it's like okay, the math isn't mathing here.
Ooh, what kind of math do you calculate?
It's like it's like it just like how I suspect women know when men have faked their orgasm. I'm pretty sure like I've spotted when like my female partners have faked. I haven't had any male partners fake.
Corey, do you feel confident in being able to identify when a woman is faking?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I've noticed it before. I mean, not every time, probably, obviously. But
What's the key? Is it just like an over dramatization?
yeah, I mean,
that's what it's been.
You
for me.
learn like you learn how they normally finish, and then you learn like, oh, this is different. It seems like they're just done. So let's just be done, I guess. You know, it's just it ends different. You know, the climactic finish is a little bit over dramatically climactic, and you're just like,
yeah,
there's something going on here.
I was very self-conscious around that when I started watching porn because there's a lot of women whose orgasms are physical, like they're squirters.
Oh, squirters.
And when I saw that, I'm like, that's what's supposed to happen? Because then, like, for a short time, it didn't last very long. If I was intimate and I had a genuine orgasm, but I was not one of those ladies that ejected fluid, I thought maybe the guy thought I thought there was something wrong with me physically because I had nothing to show of it.
Yeah.
So, but now I know that's not the case, and I'm glad I'm not, because that seems messy.
I believe in the case of squirters, it's more like they have it's a hyperactive muscle that controls like their urethra. I think that's really what that is, right?
It is, and I'm like, okay, so it's essentially pee, but no one wants to admit that it's pee, but okay.
Yeah, because every one I've seen has always been clear. Like I haven't witnessed one in person because I still think there's a part of me that would freak out. You know, I've seen a porn where it happens. I'm pretty sure I would freak out. You know, the first time it ever happens to me, I'm pretty sure I would freak out. After that, it's like okay. Next we now know we have to put all sorts of towels down in the bed, or do this on the floor.
I only witnessed it one time, and it was like a big surprise because, like, I mean, as a guy, like, I think that's what guys are hoping for. But then when it finally happens, you're like, oh my God, what just happened? Why am I soaking wet?
Can you imagine the worst one has to be when you're actually going down on her and she does that? God. That's got to be the worst one.
Yeah, that's how it happened.
Oh, like getting hit by a spinning cobra.
It was worse than that. It was like, how do I want to spin this here? How do I make it sound more comical than it actually was?
Like putting your face in front of a fire hydrant and just letting it go.
No, you know, like one of those adjustable shower heads, and you get in and turn it on, and it's automatically on like the most painful setting.
Yeah,
that's kind of how it was.
Or it's like,
it just like it was just like this. It not in like the most painful setting, but like it was just like a surprise in your face. It's like
when you turn on the bathtub faucet to get the water warm and the shower's still on, so you
and then like
jet of water
and then like you're trying to focus on like what just happened to your face, and then all of a sudden you're just getting hit in the face with hips because like it's still like, you know, the hips are moving.
There's an orgasm behind.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know what's happening right now. Are you having a seizure? Like, are you okay? First of all. Second of all, I need a towel. Second of all, third of all, I just should probably take a shower because I can still taste it.
Oh.
You know.
Oh.
Hey, Stephanie, we asked him for this story. We got it.
No, Yeah, no, I was always curious, and now I got it.
Are you not entertained? Oh man, great scene in that movie, by the way. But yeah, that's it was surprising, and like I just it's different than you expect, I guess, especially when it's your tongue and not it's just like, oh, what's going on here?
There are so many openings on your face.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it stung or anything, because
sting.
Because one time I got man juice on my face, and it got in my eye, and I'm like, oh, no big deal. And I went and rinsed it out, and then after like 10 minutes, my eye started like hurting, and my whole eye was red.
Yeah, I've also been a victim of that.
I was like, why is it painful?
More times than I'd like to. I had to say, this is probably why people learn how to swallow. This is probably why.
No, I would rather do that, but it was just like the guy living out kind of like a thing that he wanted to do. I'm like, yeah, sure, go right ahead. Like, how bad can it be? Next time, I'm gonna fucking role play and wear glasses. Okay.
And yeah, that's the thing about it too, because like, because the first time I ever got hit in the eye, like I was like, my eye is just like sore, and I was sitting there like, is it because I had my contacts in, when this happened?
Oh.
So the next time it happened, there was no contacts in it. It was like, oh my god, what the fuck? And so of course, like, if you're a nerd like me, like the first thing you do is like you look up like, why the hell does it sting when you get cum in your eye? And then you sit there and realize like, oh wait, okay, so our ejaculate has all these various freaking different makeups and enzymes and all that stuff, and it's like, and then you realize like, hey, like our like men's semen was designed to like kill other men's semen inside inside a woman's body and all that stuff. It's like, so yeah, so like, in your eyeballs are very sensitive, so
yes.
Yeah,
I got soap in my eye once. It stung.
No, this is worse.
I'm aware. Yeah. I'm trying to make a straight man's comparison, LeRon. Okay, I don't have anything to compare it with. Okay.
I'm just gonna tell you. Okay, like the soap stinging. I wish we just had that. Honestly, your whole eyeball hurts. It's almost like you have pink eye. It hurts. I've had pink eye before. It's almost the same sensation where I was like, oh my god,
when you
like
blink, it's like your entire fucking eyeball, and it lasts. It lasts.
Yeah. So it's honestly, it's one of those situations where I was like, do I need to go to the emergency room right now? Like it's one, because like if you've had pink eye before, like it's the first thing you think about.
Oh.
Yeah, the only difference between pink eye and getting cum in your eye is that like, because with pink eye, like when you blink, it's all scrunchy, like like it feels like there's a layer of fuzz on the back of your eyelid. That's the only difference between pink eye and that. Like you don't get that sensation, you just get it hurts.
Good to know. Anyways.
Well, I wish I didn't have to fake it so often. Seems like you guys had to do it
often.
Like on a
so often.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
Well, maybe I just haven't had the best partners, and there are many women out there that they just have a more difficult time with it.
So here's a question for you then. Do you? Because okay, everybody knows their own body, like as individuals and stuff like that. Do you feel like it's a problem where you kind of like want to guide your partner, but you don't know how to broach that topic?
Yeah, because that would be the only way, right? And yeah. I was about to say I don't want to gross you guys out, but we were just talking about getting cum in your eye, so like there's
ew, gross.
One guy that was going down on me, and the way he was doing it, I'm just recalling it now. That's why it's like he was licking an ice cream cone. It was just.
But just like
that's
that,
not
like
how
there
you
was
do it
just
all
over the area. Like I don't know how to explain it, but Because when you go down on when you go down on a woman, you focus on the clitoris and the other things. But it was just like, one big gross lick at a time. And I'm like, I don't like it. All I can think about is just slobbering down there. And I was like, okay. And that's where I did the whole faking it so I can make him fucking stop.
You know, I hate to say this. You know, as much as they try to say that watching porn like ruins your intimacy for people. Like people need to, if you're watching porn, you need to take notes. Because I guarantee you, when you're doing something right, no one's going to complain. When you do something wrong, though, you're going to get a complaint.
You know what you do, okay? When you're using your tongue, you do the alphabet with your tongue, okay?
Yeah.
And then if you have to go past the letter Z, you're doing something wrong. But then you start doing the numbers, okay? And you start
doing punctuation.
I mean, yeah, that works too, I guess.
Like,
but an exclamation point is literally just a 1.
Doing a question mark with your tongue or semicolon.
That's
cool. But see, notice all of them are big, light strokes, not just like you're slobbering all over like a Saint Bernard.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're gonna do an asterisk.
Oh.
A star pattern also works.
Yeah.
Yeah. And...
Corey has all this knowledge. Thanks, Corey.
Oh no, I was thinking that too. The worst thing anybody like men or women have to worry about when doing oral is just their jaw's gonna get worn out. Because like I'm bisexual, so I've gone down to both men and women, and it's always like, oh my god, my jaw's getting fucking worn the fuck out.
How do we feel about hand lotion as the as the thumbnail image for this episode?
That's great. Well, and like everyone's tastes are, no pun intended, different. Like some people
everything tastes different.
People like just oral is their favorite versus it's an appetizer,
I gotta say that is not my favorite. For me,
wait, what now? What?
Oral?
What's not
oral? Not my favorite. To receive, to perform, sure.
You know what? I used to be a person that like oral was not a favorite thing for me to receive, and now it's like, this is what you want to do? Go for it.
Well, let's to be fair, having a boyfriend, your options are limited. First of all, you're down.
No, they're not.
Second of all, okay, well, that's new territory for me, LeRon. Okay, I was just judging by the holes available to normal humans.
Oh, and by the way, speaking of like the whole taste thing, like I just need people to know, like in all honesty, like going down on somebody, like if you can lick just any part of your arm, that flesh taste, that's all you're getting. I don't understand why people think it's so gross. Like, ugh, like I would never. Well, no. If they're hygienic, like I understand some people don't understand the concept of like freshening up or taking a bath or a shower. I get that, but on the average, like sucking on the back of your finger is basically the same thing you get whether or not you go down on a guy or a girl.
But again, hygiene is key because like those crotches have been in pants all day. Like,
yes.
I want that shit to be showered.
Hey, some people's kink is like, hey, I want you like I want your essence from the day. That's some people get off on that.
But but like it was a different topic at another time. People also just generally have their own scent. And I only say that because there was a partner, unfortunately, it was an important partner, and it was unfortunate for him. I did not like going down on him because he had that either certain smell or taste. Even if he just hopped out of the shower, I just like,
oh man,
yeah, I couldn't do it. That's how bad.
Oh shit! I wonder if it's his diet. Well, shit.
Diet is, I realize, makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of like,
if you're eating Brussels sprouts all the time, like it's gonna be a bad day for your partner.
You know, it's when I'm taking care of myself, external stimulation is the way to go. That's how I do it for myself. But when I'm with a partner, I don't really like to receive oral as much. I don't dislike it. I just don't want it to be the whole enchilada.
Mm.
So, because I feel like if someone goes down on me for too long, the likelihood of me faking it goes up astronomically. But again, everybody's different. Every woman, man, individual is different.
Yep.
Now, do you think faking it ultimately is really a detriment to relationships? I mean, if it's like a one-off partner, I guess it doesn't really matter. But if it's someone you're actually in a relationship with, do you think faking it harms, helps, or neutral?
I want to say it's neutral, leaning into harmful. I want to say that because, like, I mean, here's the thing about it. Here's the thing about it. I think everybody needs to take away from our conversation. Be transparent with your partner. You know, like let them know like what worked for you, what didn't work for you, what needs some work. You know, and stuff like that. And, you know, that will make that, and also. Like, for example, like in my case where I'm like, it takes me a while to come, I kind of let all my partners know that. I'm like, hey, I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people that don't take it the wrong way. Like, you are the best, but it takes me forever to come. So
you tell everyone that they're the best? Did you let your boyfriend
well,
know
no. I don't tell it to them like that. I'm like, hey, like what you're doing is awesome, but I'm just one of those people. I'm wired weird, and it takes me forever to orgasm and stuff like that.
That's weird. I mean, it's not fun having a partner that comes in like 0.3 seconds as well.
Well, I have a theory about why it takes me so long. I think it's because I manually stimulate myself a lot, especially when I was single.
LeRon.
Yeah, and yeah, as a matter of fact, I've actually had a doctor tell me, I was like, oh, well, you know what you might want to do is like, you might want to actually use some lotion when you're doing this, or, you know, it might be time to buy like a sex toy.
Were you chafing?
Huh? No, I'm not chafing. No.
Okay.
No, it's just that, you know, like,
Gotcha.
Let me see. Before my current boyfriend, I was single for a little over 3 years, and in that time, I probably had maybe like sexual contact with somebody like twice in that 3 years. When I have dry spells, I have dry spells. And before that, the relationship I had before that, it was a while before, yeah, I'm not one to, you know, like, regardless of what y'all might see on Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that, like, it's not like folks are just like falling at my feet, you know, or at least if they are, like, I'm not picking them up. So I feel like I kind of ruined my own body, and also there's also a level of how much porn I actually like peruse and stuff like that, you know. I'm a horn dog, you know. Even at 47 years old, I'm a horn dog, you know.
It all makes sense now.
I think that's a good thing, LeRon, because the last guy I dated was 48, and he used his age as an excuse of his libido not being as high as mine.
All right, here's something you guys probably did not want to know about me because you did not ask, but I'm going to tell you this. Like, I don't have that problem. As a matter of fact, the idea that I'm going to have sex will get me aroused. We don't have to go out there and initiate anything. Like if a date's going really well, like, I'm already aroused.
Nice. That's impressive. There's hope for me.
Yeah, there is. Corey, we're gonna have to start screening the men that are either interested in Stephanie or that she's interested in.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a full interview process here.
This dude's not it. This dude's a chode. Oh.
I feel bad. I don't want to be that woman that's like always like either on a podcast or a show or it's like, what's wrong with me? I don't know that. And I don't know. I just feel like there really is something wrong with me. So it's
not you. It's not you. I guarantee you. Like, when people say it's not you, it's me. Like, it's 10% of the time it's them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I have like my best friend. He's always like, you're so picky. Like, you could have already been in a relationship a long time ago. You're picky. I'm like, no, I'm not picky. I just know what I like.
Isn't that the same thing as being picky, but in a positive light?
Okay, I guess it is.
Say that you are, like, because I also spin it this way. Technically, there's nothing wrong with being picky, because if you're not picky and you have a low bar, you end up kind of a few situations that I have been that really weren't great life decisions. And why waste time or heartbreak settling? Like,
Yeah.
I get it, you know.
Yeah, it's nice having a low bar sometimes. I mean, like, shit, everybody has a hoe phase, right?
Yes.
That's all right. I've been like toying with this idea of possibly not getting back with an ex in a serious way, but just getting back casually with an ex, not the recent ex, but an ex, just so I can temporarily satisfy my loneliness and my dry spell. But I know that that's a desperate move and a low bar, so I'm not doing it. But like it goes through my mind. I can't stop that from crossing my mind.
I like it. I like it. Somewhere in my mind, I'm hearing Stephanie talk about satisfy me before I satisfy myself.
Here's the thing, though. We've all done that before, right? Like, I can totally tell you that I've done that before. Like, I don't know. One of the girls I dated in college, like, I had just gotten out of a relationship, and like, we started like texting as friends, and then like it, okay, well, do you want to come over? Do you want to hang out? And she ended up spending the night a couple nights, and it was a fun time. But then it was like, it satisfied what I need. Not to sound like a dick, but it satisfied what I needed, and like there wasn't any like real expectations out of it, at least from the vibe she was giving, and I actually think she was seeing someone at the time, but that's a different story.
Whoops.
That's a topic for another day. Oh God. Yeah. So, but I think we all go through that phase where like the comfort of someone we already know and kind of whatever, and not like looking to get back with them in a serious way, but just as like a semi-casual, hey, here we are. Pants off, dance off.
Pants off, dance off.
Get out.
Pretty much. But yeah, there's really no need to help me screen, because there's nothing to screen. Hey-o.
No, you know what we should do? You know what would be a great episode, LeRon?
What's that?
If Stephanie was on Tinder and we just told her to swipe which way to swipe to see what happens.
Oh yeah.
That would be great.
Except we would have to get all those people's permissions to...
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Well, we can always like just I can describe what I'm seeing. I don't know. No, this will be tough. We'll have to think about it.
Or what we could do is, this will take a little bit more work, but hear me out. Stephanie has another webcam, and we hook it up through another Skype call, and then we just don't show that screen on the video.
Or I'll just text you a screenshot.
Yeah, that too. That's probably way easier than what I just said. But yes.
All right, is Tinder the best one? Because it probably will generate the most comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you have to read the bios too, because that's what's going to make it gold.
Yeah. All right, that'll be exciting.
Yeah.
All right, I'm down for that.
Let's do it. It'll be fun.
Maybe I'll see that guy again that texted me a picture of a toy up his butt. Maybe.
Wait, did I miss that one? Did I miss that?
I thought I told that story.
I think she told the story before.
I don't recall.
Well, super quick. It was Tinder, because I had a friend that claimed she found a relationship from Tinder, which I was highly doubtful, but I'm like, I'm willing to try it. What's the worst that can happen? I sign up and then I delete it. And most of it is garbage, at least for what I was looking for. And I noticed one guy, he says, it says like, what are you looking for? And all he said is, a woman that is not judgmental. And I'm like, all right, that's a very unique one thing to call out.
Yeah.
We got to texting, very nice guy. And eventually I'm like, hey, so, I'm curious, you said what you're looking for is someone not judgmental. Did you have a bad experience in the past? And he starts saying like it had to do with like sexual stuff. And naive me was like, well, I'll be a safe person you can talk to about it. I almost came from it from like a friend standpoint. I'm like, it's safe to talk to me about it. It's okay. And he goes, well, I kind of like, being pegged,
Oh, okay.
stuff up my butt. And at first, I really didn't think that was like that big of a deal. It is not. I wouldn't say it's not common, but I can see how it might turn some heterosexual women off, like especially the closed-minded ones. Fine. But he was like more like, oh, and I was in a threesome, and I really, like it when the guy, fucks me, but I'm not gay, and he like kept saying that I'm not gay. Like I'm like, and I'm bisexual, so I'm like more open about it. I'm like, have you considered yourself like sexually fluid? Because that's okay. Like
Yeah.
He was very like all about not being gay, and then eventually we got to the, hey, would you like to see the toys that I talk about that like I like? And I'm like, yeah, whatever. What, he sends me a picture of a toy he uses, big deal. The picture that I get is a toy up and being used in his ass, and that's like, that's crossing the line. I was like, no, that's not what I was expecting. I was expecting a toy in a bureau or on top of a desk, not up his.
Not actually in action.
Yeah, that's where I'm like, okay, dude, sorry. I do feel bad for him though, but he seems like he's in denial, and he needs to work on boundaries because yeah.
Look, guys, if you're into butt stuff, just don't be weird about it. Let's just put it this way. If you call yourself straight and you're into butt stuff, don't be weird about it. Just don't be worried about it. Don't be worried about it.
Well, see, the thing. For me, it wasn't the weirdest thing. He made it weird.
Yeah, he made it weird. And all I'm gonna say is, Corey, prostate orgasms, amazing.
I believe you.
I kind of was half serious, half teasing my last boyfriend, the one that dumped me after the Sox game. But like, how would you feel like if I entered your back door one way or the other?
That's what freaked him out.
No, that was a while ago. That was a while ago. And
it wasn't the sentence that freaked him out. It's what she was holding when she asked him.
So what if it was a sharpened pencil? No, I'm just kidding.
What do you mean you don't like this horse dong with spikes on it? It's 12 feet long. I don't know. I think it looks normal.
But I told him, I said, listen, there's such thing as like a prostate orgasm. I heard it's great. He goes, never. So every once in a while, like a running joke, like I would tease him and terrify him of going.
I mean, like, come on, you not watched American Pie? Come on.
I've actually never seen American Pie, so.
You know what? Okay, that is our next standard definition right there.
Should we do like watch-alongs for After Dark?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Hey, that would actually be kind of cool, though. Like, yeah, like, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
I like how it just like drifted off for a moment there.
Well, I don't know. I kind of wanted to ask a question about porn, but I'm like, should porn be its completely separate topic?
It probably could be.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
I played I admit that I was telling LeRon about this last week. I played a naughty video game last week.
Oh yeah, what was it?
I was interested to see what it was like, and I forget what it's called now. I played it for like an hour, and I was like, okay.
What platform was it on?
Switch. It was on.
Okay.
Shocker. Nintendo and their family-friending branding, but have a ton of games in the eShop.
Oh, someone was definitely trying to make a family in this game. Hold on, I gotta look it up. It was on sale for $3.99. I'm like, okay, well, $4 if I get an hour
Was it like a point and click? 'Cause I'm starting to notice a lot of these naughty games are really just like, oh, you point and click and close.
I mean, it wasn't even that. It was like a visual novel, and then you picked the dialogue choices.
Aren't those the common ones?
Yeah. I can't find. Maybe I don't remember what it was called.
Maybe this makes me sound like a degenerate, but that's always disappointing. Like, listen, if I want to play a naughty game, I want to fucking do some naughty things, not just pick dialogue choices and look at a still picture. I could Google sexual pictures or whatever, you know?
Yeah. This was definitely an anime. It's called Summer Days on the Switch.
Summer Days.
And man, I was like, okay, they're probably going to tease you for like an hour. And I wonder if this is going to be one of those games where there's like not anything in it. They just tease you the whole time. I'm like, so like the first scene is like, okay, these 3 girls are friends and they go off to the summer cottage or whatever. And then they decide to get in the hot tub and then they can't figure out what bathing suits to wear or whatever. And then there's like these still images of these anime girls in bikinis for like 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, let's go. And then they're like, we don't like any of these. We're going to go to the store. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's just speed up through this, whatever. And like they're at the store trying on bathing suits. I'm like, oh god, okay, this is really stupid. I can't believe I spent $4 on this. And then what happens? They go back and they're in their separate rooms changing, and somebody hears something coming from the other room, and then it asks you if you want to like open the door and barge in or just peek through the door. And like either way, the still image is exactly the same. The words are just different. But all of a sudden there's just big anime titties just flying around and like noises that you should probably be wearing headphones on if there's other people in your house. And all of a sudden you flip through the dialogue choices and all of a sudden there's another anime girl in between this other anime girl's legs. I'm like, oh my god, this is like perfect story for After Dark. And then
when you said anime titties, like, was it like not clothes?
Nope, no clothes whatsoever.
I bought the wrong game. Jeez, Prison Princess didn't show me nothing.
Nips flying out, you know. One girl eating out at the other girl. I was like, oh my god, this
Whoa, wait. This was on the screen on the Switch.
Yes.
I think I'm about to spend $4. I just want to see this.
Me too. Yeah. Summer nights on Switch.
Summer
days.
Ah, summer days, not nights.
And
yeah, because
like you have the choice to pick between one or the other girl, and then like you're like, well, why not both? And then some other things happen, and that's when I stopped playing because it got boring. It's not as fun as it sounds. I'm not gonna lie. It just was not as fun as it sounds.
Well, at least you got to see a nipple because I didn't get to see a damn
4
nipple.
of them. So.
See, yeah, on the Nintendo page, like I just sent you the link so you can look at it, Stephanie. It says rated mature 17 plus for language, sexual themes, and nudity. But Corey is saying like there's more than just nudity and sexual themes.
I mean, there are definitely a lot of nudity and a lot of sexual themes.
All right. So just for our listeners, okay. So Summer Days, which is available on Nintendo Switch right now, it's $4.99. The description goes: Brianna's been craving some time off all summer, and finally, with her shoot wrapped for hiatus, she can relax at her summer cottage on the lake. Mm-hmm. She even drags her female film co-stars along for the ride to enjoy herself. Summer Days is a Yuri visual novel story of fun and sun at the lake, with multiple routes and choices to explore. See the girls relax in the lake and maybe do some dipping too.
Oh, there was some dipping. Man, I gotta tell you, it was like the weirdest thing I think I've ever.
Corey, this game is fairly new. It just released May 12th.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. It was under great deals. So I said, okay.
This
sure.
is the subset that this is how Switch has been maintained being so popular.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Like it probably has enough porn games to rival PC.
Like, I'm gonna be honest, Nintendo probably did not review this game. They're just like, oh
yeah, that Nintendo stamp of approval. What they don't worry about that shit anymore.
Oh man, yeah, it was It was definitely one of the weirdest games I've ever experienced. Just because I don't play games like that. First of all, like visual novels, I just don't play them. And the fact that it was like one of these choose your own sexual experience games on the Switch, I was like, I don't even understand what this game is doing on this platform.
Can I ask this question? And I know it's going to come out weird, but we are on After Dark. But speaking of like naughty games, the first time I experienced one was just honestly when I was younger and curious. I kind of just stumbled into one. That's how most, when you're younger, when you discover, you do. So I'm like on my dad's computer, and I'm just like looking at random, like what all those popular web pages, like new what's those Flash movies, Newgrounds or
Newgrounds. Yeah.
So like I was looking at stuff like that. I'm not saying Newgrounds had that, but I'm just like those types of sites. And one of them was like, oh, interactive games. I'm like, oh, cool, interactive games. And then when I started playing, I'm like, what is this? So it was one of those things where I was like mortified, but also equally curious. And the whole point of the game is, it's so dumb. You play as like an orgasm fairy, and you have to give this sleeping girl an orgasm, but not wake her up.
A sleeping girl.
That sounds way more interesting than the game that I just described.
So my question is, and I'm just like, it was poor innocent me back then, just stumbling upon this by accident, I guess turned me into a degenerate. But where are those kinds of games? I'm just saying, like, that's way more interesting.
Right?
I don't know. They're just gone. They're all gone.
Anyway.
I have no answers.
I would not want to risk Googling it. I don't want to know. Like, it's one of those things where there's certain areas of the internet that I refuse to go check. Not even out of curiosity anymore. I just don't want to go there.
Yeah. Well, that's fair. Good times. Good times.
Well, I think that's enough for tonight.
Yeah.
Good episode.
Yeah. Man, I just thought of a great topic for another time, but we'll
just say it. So
just jot it down.
No, okay. Well, we were talking about maybe we can do this on choose Stephanie's Tinder date episode. But like, I was thinking about like, what turns you on more? Somebody who's like naked, or somebody who like dresses in a way that like teases you? But
it depends. It depends on the day of the week for me.
Oh wow!
You know what? I'll be honest with you. Like
don't answer it in full. We want to do this next time, but let's do a teaser.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know what? Without answering the question, I'll just say like sometimes people look better with some clothes on.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you actually a lot.
I do feel like clothes can really help mentally turn me on. Like for women, it's lingerie. For guys, like certain outfits, I mean, they'll have to eventually come off, but like, woo!
Oh, she's all about Dwayne The Rock Johnson back in his WWE days, back when he was wearing those freaking Spanx.
No, not even that. But okay.
No, the jock strap, LeRon.
Oh gosh. Sure. Yeah. Okay.
The problem with
I know the episode of that. Name of that episode is Jock Rock.
The problem with the jock strap is you can accidentally see too much. You know what I mean?
Okay. Get us out of here before we start.
All right. All right, well, this has been Boss Rush After Dark, the alternative podcast show for the flagship for the Boss Rush Network. We'd like to thank you all for tuning in and listening to us, hanging out, of course, things like that. By the way, real fast, if you are a patron of the Boss Rush Network, don't forget to continue to look us up on Patreon.
Did we do the Patreon
Corey,
producers?
We did not actually.
Oh, yeah. We should probably do that.
To it.
All right, speed run. $1, you get After Dark and Standard Definition 2 weeks early, the Boss Rush Podcast and Expansion Pass 1 week early. But for $5, you become a Patreon producer. What does that mean? It means you get your name shouted out on this here program. Maybe you'll be embarrassed to support the show after some of the things we talk about. That's fine. You're supporting us. Thank you. The Patreon producers for this episode are Quentin Jackson, Rebecca Jewell, Adriel Munger, and my wife, Sana Dierig. I want to thank all of our patrons, all of our producers, and all of our free listeners. Remember, all of our content is free. We just like to provide our patrons with little perky perks.
Perky perks.
Mm-hmm.
Perky little things.
Perky little things.
Did you play that yet?
No, I haven't. Next time.
Leaving it sealed.
All right. Before we head out of here, you guys know what time it is. So hey, Corey.
Yeah.
Stephanie, let people know where they can find you at.
Who goes first? Me? Stephanie?
Stephanie,
you go first.
Oh, okay. You can find me at Klimov_author on Twitter and Instagram. Wednesday nights on Boss Rush, and my articles on bossrush.net. Woo, it's bedtime. And on Standard Definition, various episodes, but mostly the Disney ones.
You can find me at I am Corey HD on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on the Boss Rush Podcast, Nintendo Power Block, pretty much everything here on the Boss Rush Network. Just, hanging out, doing things.
All right. And as always, just look me up, Exodus803, for social media, Twitch, YouTube, PlayStation Network, Steam ID. You know how it goes. Don't forget Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Crossroads podcast, where we talk about everything from PlayStation, PC, and Xbox, and various Standard Definition acts that I'm on, and the Boss Rush podcast, of course. All right, come back and join us for our next installment of Boss Rush After Dark, where we'll be back to talk more topics that aren't completely content appropriate for any of our other anchor shows. As a matter of fact, if we go talk about this crap on any of the other shows, they'll run us off. That's kind of why we started After Dark.
True.
We love you guys. Please come back and join us again next time for Boss Rush After Dark. Y'all have a good night. Take care.
Love you.
Goodbye.